when we think about Corey Kispert and his draft stock, and we talk about the volatility index of some of these prospects, in my opinion, Kispert is one of the safer prospects that you can draft, right? Like, do you think how much downside is there for someone taking a player like Corey Kispert?
Downside, man, I have no idea, because, dude, I mean, Corey and I, we were texting a little bit this morning too, and I think the best way for me to describe Corey Kispert is he's a beautiful basketball player. Like, so in terms of downside, like I have no clue, because I think he's the type of player that you can fit on any damn team, and he'll be good on any team. Like, I think that's the beauty of Kispert. So downside, no clue.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's all relative, right? Like, the downside, and we'll talk about it later when we talk about his draft range. The downside is, it's like, if you lost your mind and drafted him, number 1 overall, number 2 overall, that's the downside, right? Where there are obvious players, but he's a safe pick. He's a 4-year senior, right? 4-year player who played for a great program and is playing on a great team, showing that he can play off of a great player in Jalen Suggs. And I think when you're looking at a player like Corey Kispert, right, you want to see if he can complement your team, because I don't think there's going to be a team drafting Corey Kispert that's like, give him the rock, get out of his way, let him go get a bucket, right? That's not his game.
Right.
Corey Kispert's game is, I am going to be an elite shooter. And we've seen that if you are an elite shooter at the NBA level, you have a role on a team somewhere. And if you don't, find that role in your first spot, you're going to find your way eventually. If you can knock down shots at an elite level, you will have a long NBA career. And that's that's what I see for Corey Kispert. So let's talk about his shooting. Do you want to talk about what do you want to talk about with his shooting? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Because sniper.
Sniper for sure. I think for me, when I look at Kispert, man, I love his balance, dude. The footwork is ridiculous, and it just seems like it doesn't matter what the situation is or what's going on around him. He's always going to have his feet set, and I think that's something that's so beautiful to see, and which I think really sets him apart as the best shooter in the class, because it's perfect. He's perfect feet, and he always figures out a way to get his feet set. I was watching this video. It was called like Kennel Talk or whatever, and he was like, it was like a Gonzaga YouTube channel video, right? And he was talking about like his origins as a shooter and how his dad was a college player, was a great shooter, and it's the footwork, right? He was saying how, like, even coming off screens, right, off in the corner, whatever he's doing, it's all about getting square and having his feet set. And when you watch Kispert and you watch the tape, whether it's off the catch, off a screen, even off the dribble, his ability to get his feet set and for him to get balanced, I think it's freaking beautiful, dude. I love it.
I think right away you look at him and you say, how can he make a difference? How can he make an impact on day one at the NBA level, right? And to me, like, right away, he's going to be able to just spread the floor as a catch and shoot guy. And like you said, his footwork, I mean, his release, the follow through, all that is going to be there. So if you just stick him in a corner, he's going to be a guy that NBA defenses are going to respect the minute he steps on the floor.